Hi, today I'm going to tell you about the nodes of the skeletal system and the skin. See, a fracture in the bones causes severe and unbearable pain, and the part which the broken bone it swells immediately. Now, when we cause a fracture, when we meet an accident, or when we have like when we are playing or we meet an accident, then a bone in our arm or in our leg, it may get broken. Every time it will not be broken, but sometimes it can get broken if we are meeting with a strong accident. Yeah, so it can break. Am I right? So it can break. So when it will break, a fracture in the bone, it will cause severe and unbearable pain. It will cause severe and unbearable pain, and the part it where a bone is broken, where you have caused fracture, that part it will swell immediately. Okay, it will start, or what I can see, like it will become like a reddish part over here. Like you can see, just a minute. See, here it is swelled fully. This part, this one. I hope you can see that. Okay. So now, what I was telling that when you meet an accident, then you have a fracture. Now suppose your friend he meets an accident, or while playing he is fallen, and and his bone and his leg is fractured. Now how will you help him? Think how you are going to help him. First, after you meet an accident, you are going to try to prevent any movement of the fractured part. And the fractured part means you're going to not move this fractured part on which he has got hurt. So that part you're not going to move it and immobilize it that and get immediate medical help. You're going to immobilize means you're not going to move that part. Not going to move that part where he has got hurt. Okay? That okay. So after going to the hospital, now after you reach the hospital, you're going to remove an X-ray image, like not you, but you will it's like it will be taken out of the part which is swollen to examine that if the bone is really broken or not. The X-ray image, what it does, it shows whether a bone is broken and the exact spot where it is broken. This also helps to provide us the proper treatment. If you don't remove a proper X-ray, then just you can take medicines, but but you have not have you the bone in your leg is not fractured only, but also it is fractured. The doctor will not know only that it is fractured or not. So X-rays are removed. Yes. So here you can see the X-ray image or the fractured leg, not the fractured leg. Like if the legs are or the part of the body is fractured, then you remove this X-ray image. Like this, it has a black background, and here is your fractured bone. All the bones in our body, they are not of the same shape. The all the bones over here, this is your skeletal system, as you can see. So all the bones over here, they are not of the same shape. Am I right? All are different. Yeah, all the bones in your body, they are not of the same shape. All of them are different. Every bone is different of shape. Yes, all the bones together form a framework or the skeleton. All the bones they come together and they form a framework which is known as skeleton. A skeleton, it gives us the shape to our body. When this skeleton is formed, it is giving your a proper shape to our body. Am I right? If the skeleton was not there, then like if the spine was not there, like take an example of spine, then you must bend like this. You must not be able to sit straight. You must be bending. You must not be able to stand straight. So all the bones of the body, along with this cartilage. Cartilage is like, what is the cartilage? Cartilage is like what I can say, jelly part which joins two bones. It is used to join two bones. Okay, understood? Hmm? Okay. Which together, they all together, they form the skeletal system. So today we are going to examine the skeletal system. Okay, so please pay attention. The human skeletal system, it's composed of 270 bones. How many bones? 270 bones at your birth. But afterwards it total decreases to 206 bones by the adulthood, because some bones, they get first, they get decomposed or they get broke. So then what happens? It gives rise to this 206 bones. Am I clear? Okay. First we have 207 bones, but afterwards it gives rise to 206 bones. Now we are going to learn about the constituents of the bones. Okay, let's learn first about the constituents of the bones, the main constituents. The first, we are having the basic constituents. In basic constituents, what we are having? Let's see. In basic constituents, you are having the bone cells. Yes, this is the first type. Now the second type of bone constituent is what? The second type I am talking about, the abatic constituents. Now in this abatic constituents, you are having the calcium carbonate, calcium phosphate, and minerals and salts. Am I clear? These three like you are having in the main constituents. Okay, am I right? Am I correct? Okay. I hope you have understood the biotic constituents and the abatic constituents. Hmm. Okay. Now next we are going to learn about the types of bones. Okay. We are going to learn about the types of bones. The first type of bones we are going to learn about is the flat bones. Then we are going to learn about the small bones. Then we are going to learn about the irregular bones and the long bones. Okay. So let's see first these bones in detail. Just I will write their meaning in this text. Okay. Flat bones. The bones which are flat. Okay. They are called as flat bones. The bones which are flat, they are flat, they are very, like what I can say, they are called as flat bones. Now the small bones, the bones which are small in shape, they have small shapes, they are called as small bones. Okay, now let's learn about the irregular bones. Let me tell you about the irregular bones. Look here, the bones which have an shape which is very irregular, the bones which have an irregular shape, the bones which have an irregular shape, they have not a proper shape, they have a irregular shape, they are called as irregular bones. Now let's learn about the long bones. Now when I move to long bones, the which are that bones? Tell you, only tell me. Yes, the bones which are very long. The bones which are very long. They have a very big shapes. They are more in the length. They are called as long bones. Okay, am I Am I clear with this topic of the types of bones? I hope you have understood the types of bones, because I have also given you this, what I can say, the meanings. I have also wrote them down over here. So I hope that you have understood it. Now let's learn about the axial skeletal system. The skeletal system is divided into two parts. Okay, just let me add here the text. I think I have missed it. The skeletal system, it's divided into two parts. The is divided into how many parts? It's divided into two parts. The first is the axial skeleton, and the second one is the appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton, it's the first one. Now what is axial skeleton? What does mean by axial skeleton? The axial skeleton is the skeleton which is along the central axis. See, which is along the central vertical axis. This vertical axis, I hope you can see that. See this one. I will just highlight it. This one. This central vertical axis over here, which is given. So among the bones which are side to that, they are called as axial. They come under the axial skeleton. I hope you are clear with this. Now the second we are going to learn about the appendicular skeleton. Appendicular skeleton. So in this appendicular skeleton, we are having the bones which don't belong to the, what I can say, which do not belong to the, what I can say, which don't belong to the central vertical axis. They come under the appendicular skeleton. We're going to learn about this afterwards. First, we are going to cover about the axial skeleton. Then we will move to this appendicular skeleton. So, as I told, in axial skeleton, it's the bones which are among the central vertical axis. They are called as axial. They come under the axial skeletal system. For example, if I give you skull, spine, rib cage, so all these three parts, they come under the axial skeleton. There are some more, but we are going to learn in the higher standards. Now let's learn about the skull. In skull, we have 14 bones in this face. This is the face part. So in this face part, we are having 14 bones total. Here is the lower jaw. Here is the lower jaw. Here. This only lower jaw bone, it can move. Only this mandible bone. The lower jaw is also called as mandible bone. It only can move. Other bones, they are immovable. I hope you have listened to this sentence properly. They can only move the mandible bones. They can only move. Other bones of the skull, they can't move. Okay. Okay. Now let me go to the head wala part. So here on this head we are having total 8 bones. This 8 bones total we are having. Like they are located in different places. Okay. Now we are going to learn about the rib cage. Now let's try an experiment. How many bones can you fill together on the two sides of it? Now I will just take my test. Yes, I can feel 12 pairs of bones on my both the sides. Do you know what these bones are called? See, as can you see what how these bones they look in real? See this? Like this they look. Okay. So now let me tell you about this rib cage. These are called as ribs. These left and right side bones, they are called as ribs. What are they called? They are called ribs. Okay. Now, how many bones do you feel in the center of your chest? I can feel only one bone, straight bone, which is straight. So here, in the middle of the chest, you are only having one flat bone. Okay, in the rib cage, only one flat bone over here. Hmm? Now let's learn about the spine or the backbone or the vertebral column. The spine, it's formed as a padlock shape. See, these are the shapes of bones, padlock shaped. So they are placed straight one above the other. In a straight line, they are placed one above the other. In the straight line. I hope you have learned this. That our spine is in the straight manner. Okay. Now look here. Okay. So here there are altogether 33 bones in the spine which are called as vertebrae. Each bone of your spine it is called as vertebra. There are total, see, counting these bones, there are total 33 bones. And they're arranged one above the other flexibly. They can't fall, they can't move also. Like this they are arranged. Just we can bend it at our will. How much we can bend. And the spine also protects your spinal cord, which is originating from brain. Here inside your brain also we are having a cord called spinal cord. What is the cord's name? Spinal cord over here we are having, which is originating from the brain. Okay, spinal cord. Okay, now look here. This we have completed. Now we are going to learn about the types of joints. Now do you know our how we can move our hand, our wrist, our fingers, our legs, our knees? Yes. So how we can move that? Yes, we can move that because of the joints. What are joints? The joints, they are the places where two or more than two bones they are connected to each other. What are joints? Joints are the places where two or more than two bones they are connected to each other. Like these in this picture you can see. Where is the joint? Tell me. Yes, this is a joint. This one red highlighted picture. This is your joint. I hope you understood what are joints are. Okay. Because these two bones, this one the thigh bone, femur and this tibia. So these two bones, they are to join them. We are having this middle wala bone, this wala. The arrow is made. See, the highlighted bone. This is called as the joint, joint bone. Now we are going to also explore about the types of joints. Okay, I'm going to also tell you about the types of joints. Okay, just let me. We're going to learn also about the types of joint. There are total two types of joints. Two types, huh? First is the movable joints, and the second is the immovable joints. First is what? The movable joint, and the second is the immovable joint. Now, in movable joints, we have three more subjoints. The first is the hinge joint, second is the ball and socket joint. There are two joints, huh? And the third we have the gliding joint. Immobile joint, they don't have any types. Now, I this now let's study about the immovable joints. Sorry. Okay. Now let's learn about the hinge joint. Now when I move to hinge joint, and the hinge joint we are having the joints. Wait one minute, huh? Just a minute. Huh. The hinge joint, the joints which are like which allow the movements of your bone, only they move in one direction. Means they move at a 180-degree angle. They are called as hinge joints. For example, the elbow and the knee joints, they move at a 180-degree angle. Means they move in one direction only. Now the ball and socket joint. In the ball and socket joint, we are having two type. Like we are having a type of joint which can move in two or more directions. That ball it are moving two or more directions. They are called as ball and socket joint. Means they can move in 360-degree angle, like shoulder and hip joints. They are the ball and socket joint. Now the gliding joints. Now when I move to gliding joints, in gliding joints we are having the in gliding joints we are having the joints. Sorry, the bones which can slide over each other. Means just they can move on each other. They are called as gliding joint. For example, the wrist and ankle bones, sorry, ankle joints. So here they can just slide over each other. They will not crash or they will not rust. So they will just like what I can say. They will just go move on one another because they have cartilage between them. No. Also, neck, your nose is also made up of cartilage. Now, let's learn about this next, which is skin. Now, first, let me tell you about what is skin. Okay, first, we are going to learn about what is skin. Skin. What is skin? A skin is an important large organ of all living things. The skin, it has hairs, it has nails. Yes, on the skins, at the tip of your fingers, you are having none nails. Now, the skin it gives us a sense of touch, and the skin it's your outermost layer, your outermost layer, which is covering the body. So that is called skin. It is also an important sensory organ. So now, what is the skin? The skin is the outermost covering of the body. Yes, am I right? Okay. Now, the structure of the skin. Now we are going to study about the structure of the skin. Look here. Pay attention now. Now, human skin it's made up of two main layers. We have two main layers. The outermost layer, this wala layer. This is called epidermis. What is called? Epidermis. See, from this wala part to this wala part we have epidermis. So it became your outermost layer. Yes, this is your outermost layer. Okay, now the dermis wala part. Let me tell you about the dermis. Okay, see, dermis is locating from here, from this pink wala part to the pink wala part only. And full pink wala part is your dermis wala layer. Now this is the subcutaneous layer. Also we can call it subcutaneous hypodermis. What it does? It maintains your normal body temperature. What it does? It maintains your normal body temperature. Also the network of blood vessels and nerve fibers are there in this subcutaneous layer. Am I clear? Am I clear with this? Okay. Now, how do we get the color of the skin? How we are getting the color of the skin? Or melanin, which is a pigment. Well, melanin is a pigment which is present in the cells of our, like, it's present in the cells of the epidermis layer. Okay, epidermis layer, it has some cells. Now we have the skin cells. So the melanin, it's synthesized in the certain glands of the skin, and the percentage of this melanin, it is decided on the fairness or the darkness on the of the skin, not on the skin, of the skin. And the color of the skin, it also depends on the climate. How is the climate in your region which you are living? It also depends on the climate. The melanin, as I said, it will protect your skin from the ultraviolet rays, the rays of the sun. So basically, it will give the protection from the sun rays. Okay, am I clear with this part of melanin? Okay. Now, what happens when we walk or play in the hot sun? In the sun, there are glands which secrete sweat. So this is the skin. In that we have the glands which secrete, which combine sweat, and that sweat, they are called as sweat glands, and that sweat is called as sweat glands. Now after playing in the hot sun or after having any hard physical effort, the temperature of the body, it rises, and then the body, it releases sweat because it needs to regulate the body temperature. It needs to, because the body temperature is very high when you do any physical effort or you go in the hot sun, then the body temperature, it rises now. So to make it at the normal temperature, what the body does, the skin, it releases sweat, and then it can reduce the temperature of the body. And also as we grow older, the proportion of the the proportion of the fat which is beneath your skin, it reduces. But the previously taught skin which was there, see, these are the wrinkles. But the previously taught skin which was there, it will remain the same, it will not change. If fat also reduces, it will not change, it will remain the same. Okay, it will not shrink. So then it is causing the wrinkles on our skin. So we can see wrinkles on the skin of older people because the proportion of the fat in their skin, it is not much. Yes, in our skin we are young, so it's very common, it's very appropriate. But when you get older, it reduces. Now, jet black hair. The color of this hair is jet black. It's due to the pure melanin in your hairs. Light brown hair like these. They are due to the sulfur in the melanin. The sulfur which is in the melanin is due to it you get a light brown hair. Now the reddish hair, it's due to the iron in the melanin. The iron which is there in the melanin. So due to that we have a reddish hair. Some people have no. So that is due to the iron in the melanin. If you get more iron in the melanin, then you will have the what I can see, the reddish hair. Okay, I hope you have understood the chapter. Let's meet in the next video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you can get all the notifications of my video. Thank you.